Hey guys, so how many times have you decided to order food online on Zomato or on Swiggy? And once you log in, you're just torn between choices. Maybe because each one in your family or among your friends, everybody wants to order from a different restaurant, or you just have so many irresistible discounts there and you don't know which restaurant to pick and choose. I decide to walk into the department store over the weekend and I decide not to spend more than 30 minutes buying my groceries and my essentials. But as I walk into the aisle where they sell snacks, I'm loaded with choices. I have baked snacks, I had tasty snacks, I have fried snacks, and then I'm actually looking at the nutrition information and I'm confused which one to pick up. So another time I actually get smarter. When I need to buy clothes, I decided I'll buy it online because it saves time, energy and money. And now I'm on to Myntra page trying to look for clothes that I want to buy, and as I'm just about to check out, I see the Nykaa ad pop up and I navigate to Nykaa page, and few hours later I'm randomly trying to buy a silicone, sulfate and a paraben free shampoo. So does this situation sound very familiar? We all believe that choices are liberating, but in terms of consumerism, are choices really liberating, or does it just distort our decision making skills? Let's look at an experiment conducted by Sheena Iyengar, who's widely known as an expert on choice and is a professor at the Columbia Business School. She carried out this experiment in a department store where she set up two stalls. One stall sold 34 varieties of jam and another stall sold 6 varieties of jam. What she observed was that the store that sold 34 varieties of jam had many people coming to taste it, but the sales was low. Whereas the stall that sold 6 varieties of jam had lesser people coming in, but the sales was high. So think about it. How many times when we have attended Mela, a carnival or an exhibition, we must have actually just walked past a store that had like overwhelming number of choices, because we know psychologically and unconsciously that it is difficult for us to compare, evaluate and come to a decision. Also, if you're running a store and you have like a wide variety of products and you're wondering why your sales isn't going up, then take a cue from this experiment and you know what to do. Guys, remember we are particularly looking at situations which have no consequences, but we spend a lot of time on decision making. Let's look at some of the ways to make decisions quickly in these no consequence scenarios. While some of the ways may sound very obvious, but we tend to overlook their importance in saving time and energy. So it's good to remind ourselves that we have these options. My first suggestion is to carry the good old to buy list. If you're someone like me who could get easily distracted in a department store, then carry the good old list. My next suggestion, especially for people who spend a lot of time shopping online, ensure that you don't spend more than 20 minutes in buying a product, because whether you spend 20 minutes or 2 hours, the chances are highly unlikely that you would be completely satisfied with the product, because there are endless options or substitute for that particular product. So don't get trapped. The same rule applies if you want to pick a movie or a show on Netflix or on Amazon Prime. I mean, remember those times when you spent like more than 30 minutes and you still hadn't decided on a movie or a show that you wanted to watch? So next time before you pick a movie, decide the language and the genre of the movie you want to watch. Decide if you want to watch a romantic movie or a comedy movie or a drama, whatever you want to watch. That way you don't spend more than 5 to 10 minutes on picking a show or a movie. And it's okay if it isn't too great, because you always have an option to go back and watch another show or a movie another time. So don't really fret about it. The same rule also applies if you go to a restaurant and if you're spending too much time on the menu, because the chances are highly likely that you would go back to the restaurant and you can try out another dish that you want to. My next suggestion is for deciding in an impromptu situation. Say for example, you're attending an event and they offer like a wide variety of drinks. So you're confused which drink to pick. So in your head, just categorize the drinks. Whether you want to have hot drinks, you want to have beverages, you want to have a healthy drink, or you just want to have water. So that way, example, you decide to have a healthy drink. You just have to pick 1 out of 5 rather than picking up 1 out of 100. So categorizing in your head always helps you take decisions quickly. This will also help eliminate extraneous options. Hope these techniques help you take decisions quickly. In the comment section below, share which of these techniques apply in your life. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon because each subscription means so much, and that's what keeps me motivated in making positive content.